Shout out to all my disruptors, everybody that's supporting me, the people that's going over to YouTube that are subscribing. I can feel the love. I appreciate y'all. That's it's major for somebody doing anything creative. I try to tell people when you create something from nothing, every little bit counts. So shout out to y'all. I'm not at this point, like I say, I'm not worried about growth. I'm just worried about impact. Impact. So shout out to all of my disruptors for the support. Today, this morning, I want you to get your day started with a little bit about legacy. What would that legacy, what if you could talk to your kids, and you could say something to them? Give me 5 things that you would say to them. Y'all actually put in the comments. 5 things that you would say to your descendants based on things that you've learned since you've been here. I know it's more than 5 things, but what's those 5 things that come to mind? For me, number 1 would probably be put God first. Put God first and your spirituality and your relationship with God. Put that first. Because if you got that as a foundation, you're a lot less likely to do something stupid to ruin your legacy. So put God first. Before you make a move, just trust in that stuff that you don't know. Like we don't know how an acorn grows into a 100-foot tall tree. We don't know how that works. I don't care how your IQ is. I don't care how bougie you are. I don't care if you graduated magna cum laude. You cannot speak on that, the power of the unknown. All you can say at a certain point, you get, science only goes so far, and then you got to give it up to the Most High. So that's the first thing that I would say. I would say to my descendants, have a personal relationship with God. I would say have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what I would say. And then secondly, I would say from personal experience, I would say delayed gratification. Why would I say delayed gratification? Well, all the important things in life, from health to wealth to freedom, they all come from planting seeds today that you may not even personally get a chance to harvest and reap the benefit of. But just think about people. I talk about Bitcoin all the time. People that bought Bitcoin, some people waited 13 years. Some people sold. But for the people who delayed the gratification, just that one attribute, that one characteristic that they had set them for life. Delaying gratification is very important. You don't need to, when you plant a tree, you put it in the ground, you water it, you let sun hit it. That's all you can do. And then you have to wait. You can't rush a watermelon. You can't rush fruit. You can't rush. Nature don't rush nothing. We have to stop rushing. We are a part of nature. We are a part of nature. We have to go. All we have to do is follow nature. Nature don't stress about nothing. Nature puts its roots deep enough to withstand all storms. You see a tree, what it do? It just go back and forth. Sometimes it may break, depending on how long it's been there, how old it is. Some storms can break you. But for the most part, a healthy tree, the roots are deep enough for the storm. And that's how we got to be. So I would say delay gratification. Number 3 would be to document everything. Document everything. How many of us, how many people know who their father's father's father is? Most of the time, the only way to find that out is if they did something that was, um, they did something that was notable and it went in the paper. And the paper, they document it. But you need your own family documents to document everything. You know, the the people that know that Muhammad Ali is their one of their descendants, the people that know that Obama, those type of people, they have a sense of pride. They have a sense of pride that goes a long way. So when they want to do something stupid sometime, they have to think about their name and their legacy. You can build that same thing. This book right here is dedicated to my daughter. Yep, I made some dedications to my daughter. But what I'm saying is, this is something that'll be here forever. It'll be here forever at some level. And you need your own family documents. You need something to tell your descendants so they won't have to start over. No generation should have to start from the base level. So document everything. Don't just speak. A lot of y'all wise, man. Don't just speak your wisdom. You don't trust your ears. Write it down. You know what I'm saying? Record it. Leave your playbook. I don't know why this thing keeps shocking me. Leave your playbook so your descendants don't have to guess. And then number 4 will be learn from the long game. I just talked about Bitcoin. I tried to think about some more examples. You know what I'm saying? People that stick and stayed, people that started businesses and they stayed. Then the patience beat the hype every time. So play the long game, build your whatever you're building, build it with character, build it with strength, build it with faith, and trust yourself. Trust your name and bring value to it, your brand, whatever your brand is. Your family is a brand. What is your family's brand in the streets, in the world? Is your family brand a bunch of whatever they are? You know what your family's brand is. When people think about your family, what do they think? That's because of a group of people in the family that made these decisions. And now that don't mean that's who you are. But I'm just saying, when people think about the Rhymes family, people think about the Harris family, people think about the Johnsons, when people think about the Kobe Bryants, what do they think of? When people think about the LeBron James, what do they think of? People think about the Murphys, Eddie Murphy, what do they think of? The Lawrences, Martin Lawrence, what do you think they think of? The Kamala Harris, what do they think of? The Harris family, what are they thinking? You know what I'm saying? So you got a brand too. And your brand is what you do, what people can expect from you. So make sure your brand is solid, but you have to relay that message to your descendants. I know I'm being long-winded today, but number 5, last and not least, put your legacy over the short term, meaning, how should I put that? I'm going to say it like this. Remember that you have to build things that outlive you. You got to get assets that's going to outlive you. My grandmother she left assets to her family that we can still eat off of. You got to do the same thing for your family, even if you didn't come from that. If nobody did it before you, you got to make that's got to be important. So you got to work even harder so you can leave something. So your descendants won't have to start from point A. But I'm gonna say this, man. I appreciate y'all coming through here. Make sure that y'all, whatever it is, y'all ain't got to post it. But I mean, what's 5 things that you would leave? Because it may be something that I left out, something that I should think about. But what would you tell your descendants? What's 5 things you'll tell your descendants? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Listen, I want y'all to go out and have a great day. Think about your legacy. I know it's hard to make ends meet at some level for a lot of us. But when you planning to get out of this situation to make it better, the next plan has to be how you gonna make it so your descendants don't go through the same thing. Because price is not gonna go down. Bread is not. One thing, y'all remember when COVID came up? I mean, when we had COVID and we were going through that, and prices started going up because restaurants, everybody just put a cap on a ceiling on. I mean, took the ceiling off of what they could charge. I remember people just charging astronomical amounts for things because they could, because everybody had money too, and everybody had time to spend it. Those prices never went down though. They never went down, and they never will. I said something in my podcast before where the price of, remember we had you could get 4 bags of chips for 25 cents. I mean, for $1. I know in Michigan they have 4 bags for $1. Now I just bought some today and it was 2 for $1.50. They'll never go back down. Ever. Gas may fluctuate, with oil, but the price of goods will never go back down. I don't know, did your prices go up at your barber? I remember the haircuts went up to 40, 45. They won't go back down to 20, ever. They used to say a loaf of bread was 25 cents back in the day. It'll never go back to 25 cents. When we were coming up, it was $1.25, I think. Now a loaf of bread is, I think it might be $2 and something. Never going back down. So you got to create a situation where your descendants don't have to worry so much about inflation. Inflation-proof your family. AI-proof your family. AI-proof yourself. But everything in moderation, man. I just want to wake y'all up and give y'all something positive and motivating to get you out into your day. So I hope that your day is blessed. I hope that you continue to show up here every morning. I'll be here. If there's one person here, I'll be here. So I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all my disruptors out there. Y'all keep loving. Y'all keep living. Y'all keep disrupting. Peace.